Hello, everybody. Welcome to It Was Tuesday with the podcast of myself, James Chen, as your host, talking all about fighting games. We just went over analyzing Mortal Kombat 1's trailer. So if you want to see my thoughts on Mortal Kombat 1 and what I expect from the game, just after seeing that gameplay trailer, go look for that video on YouTube. But for now, obviously Street Fighter 6 is now. We are heading into week number 2, and man, I'm really enjoying the game right now. I'm really having a good time with it. Unfortunately, I haven't even had a chance to play it all that much. I've been doing so much, work, commentary stuff with the game, so that's great, though. I just did an Intel event. I did the Twitch Rivals stuff. I ran my own Shoryuken scrimmage beginners tournament. So, it's been pretty busy. So I apologize to everyone that I haven't been able to stream as often as I want to, and that, I haven't had a chance to get that second frame meter video up. But trust me, that it's still in my mind. I'm planning to make more. In fact, there's probably going to be a part 2 or part 3. I hate committing myself to that, but, to make them shorter so that they're easier to watch and digest, and that way I can give you content at a quicker pace. So expect those coming up soon. But again, Street Fighter 6 is out. It's been fantastic, and I'm just really curious for you guys. Dude, I need to turn... I wish I could actually get my PogChamp face as the PogChamp emote. Like, they should have got my face to replace, honestly, because like in my Discord I have a PogChamp face. What is it? What is that PogChamp face called? I forgot. There it is. Someone put it in the it's in black and white here. I can't use this. I need Nitro. I can't even use my own emote in my own server because I don't have Nitro. Really? Man. But I have a good PogChamp face in any case. But in any case, I've been enjoying what I've seen of the game. I like the development of the game. I do think that Zangief isn't as bad as I originally thought. I definitely still don't think he's great, but he's definitely a little bit better. However, I'm curious to see what most people feel. Like, you guys have been playing the game. It's a brand new game for you guys. Obviously, I am predisposed to liking new fighting games, especially newer Street Fighter games. And, I'm curious to see what you guys are thinking about the game and how you guys have been enjoying it. And, like, are there a lot of you guys out there who haven't even bothered with the 2-player content? Is it really just... part of it is Snake Eyes is just too good. But, like, are some of you out there just cracking out on World Tour? Like, Olaf has played so many hours of World Tour. If he never touches the actual competitive fighting game aspect of it, he's still gotten his money's worth out of the game, honestly. Shogundo says they actually even played World Tour at all. I haven't touched it yet. I still haven't played it yet, man. Nutacon says it's a good blend of heart, mind, and body, in my opinion. So Street Fighter 6 is helping my fundamentals so much. It's true. The game actually does a good job blending the different aspects of the game a lot better. Most people here are saying that they haven't even touched World Tour and they haven't even downloaded it, which actually, honestly, is a good sign. Right? If you guys are enjoying the fighting so much that you guys haven't even touched the World Tour, that's actually really, really a good sign, honestly. So, see, Cone has been doing mostly World Tour, has only touched 10 ranked matches total. Yeah, dude, I'm so excited to play World Tour, honestly. I want to play it because it's not about the main storyline, as Olaf has been explaining to me. It's like all the little touches that you get from the interactions with the characters. Obviously, it's sad that, it's all text dialogue, but instead of actually voice acting for most of the interactions. But, the personality things that come through are actually really, really cool. Olaf has given me a lot of, he's told me about a lot of the interactions you get, fleshing out the characters. I'm sure you guys have all seen like the photos that are being posted onto the internet, like, Zangief at the library kind of thing, with the glasses on, Zangief sitting there reading a book at the library, like little things like that, fleshing out the characters and really kind of giving them more personality is actually really, really cool. And I like that, finding out more about what the characters are and what they're like, etc. Someone asked me what I think of this version of Cammy. I haven't played her online yet. I've only messed with her in training mode. And to be honest with you, I think she's super good. I think she's really good, to be honest with you. I think she's strong. Oh, yeah. Part of the game's massive commercial success, says Shay, is, the single player content. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, but yeah, I do think that Cammy's very good in this game right now. But, for you guys, obviously, so like this is interesting, right? This is an interesting thought process. And Star Ocean says she's strong, but she's very different. I wouldn't go that far, because if you watch Mago and Punk and other people play Cammy, they're playing her just like Street Fighter V Cammy, so much to the point that I'm kind of irritated because they're not using the hooligan or the spin knuckles as much, and I feel like that those moves are super good and they're not doing anything with them at all. But yeah, a lot of people are saying Lily is weak. She's definitely on the block of current weaker characters. But I'm curious for you guys, because like Corey Bell put out a wonderful tweet, right? Corey Bell put out a tweet that said, "I'm glad that Street Fighter 6 to solve the fighting games are hard problem didn't simplify their game. In fact, they made it more complicated. They just put more tutorials and better education in the game via World Tour and via just a lot of like tutorials and like things that explain how stuff works." And obviously for a lot of people here in this chat, I'm sure a lot of you guys are picking up Street Fighter 6 as one of your first more serious fighting games, maybe as your first fighting game at all. Maybe you Street Fighter V was your first one and you just never could really get into the game or grow stronger. Like, how does it feel? Like, does it feel like the drive system has made the game intimidating to you guys? Or does it feel like it's cool because you're like, yo, this is something I can get better at in the future, but, I'll get there eventually, but this game is just kind of fun right now, I'm curious to see how people kind of feel about that at this point. It's cool, but I get hit by DI like every time. DI is like, it's so weird that they made this game to try to be all like, and then they put this super oppressive mechanic like Drive Impact into the game. It's wild that they put that in the game, but in a weird way, it teaches people to the mental stack problem, right? King 9999 says that he's been reacting to DIs more. So, maybe the Drive Impact is kind of intentionally designed to be oppressive to really kind of teach players how to anticipate and, build that mental stack. I mean, has anybody, like, obviously if you've quit, you might not even be in this chat, but has DI made anybody quit yet, right? Because Reversal Edge in Soul Calibur made people quit. Has DIs actually made people want to quit? Or is it like Diademajin says, Diademajin says that when you do react to a DI and beat it up, it feels really good. I love how DI makes a mini game around strong, non-cancelable pokes. Yeah. And Gundam Jehudi Kai says DI is nowhere near as toxic as RE. And King 999 even says DI is more straightforward than Reversal Edge. Okay. Shogundo does says he dies a little bit every time he gets hit by DI. But it's something I got to get used to. But yeah, as NTR Man says, the game does, Nature Man maybe? The game does teach you how to deal with Drive Impact for sure. And It's incredibly annoying to play against at low levels for sure, Raya Lion, but it does mean that you could probably blow up players pretty fast, right? As a result. See, that's great. See, Soup Lols right there. I love that. Thank you, Soup Lols. What a great comment here in the chat. If someone reacts to my DIs, I just do more jump-ins on them. The mental stack is real. That is so beautiful. Like, that is the aspect of DIs that I like, because it teaches about the mental stack. In the Show You Can Scrimmage, I was talking about that, right? Like, when you see someone is clearly anti-airing you all the time, that's now you know you can dash or DI. If they're countering your DIs all the time, that means you can jump a little bit more. And you know, that kind of aspect really, the DI replaces dash in as the anti-jump mental stack thing, and it's much easier for people to understand. In Street Fighter V, dashing as the counter to the jump never felt intuitive, and it never felt safe, and it never felt strong, even though it's one of the strongest things you can do in Street Fighter V is dashing up to the opponent. It's not intuitive. So I feel like, you know, having the DI and the jump be very clear mental stack polar opposites of each other makes it a little bit easier for people to understand, I think. So, yeah, most people think drive reversals are too weak for what it does. What I would like to see, honestly, for drive reversals, I thought about doing it one way before, but I'd actually rather do it a different way now. I want drive reversals to only spend 1 bar, and if it hits the enemy, not even a block, if it hits the enemy, drains another bar. So in other words, you spend it for being successful, but if you're wrong, you can get punished and die very badly, but at least you only spent 1 bar. You're right. And so NTR Man, Nature Man says, when you corner your opponent, they anticipate DI. I can press more normals for frame traps. Exactly. You're starting to, it helps kind of understand how to get your focus on different things and seeing what they react to. There is a little bit of that into it. You know, there is something to be said about having DIs be very, very good at helping teach people mental stack issues, right? Neutral jumping versus a corner opponent seems really good too. That was a Street Fighter V thing, man. I died to neutral jump in the corner all day, dude. Unless my instant reaction to jumps of walking forward actually got me under. You think DI should be 2 bars, huh? Maybe. Yeah, I mean, they are 1 bar right now. I mean, it could be the same thing. Maybe they're 1 bar, but if they actually counter hit, it drains a 2nd bar or something like that, you know. It'd be interesting to find a way to do that. But there is a lot of counterplay to DI, like HL Pent says. You could jump, throw it, DI in response, you know. And you know, as mad as you get when you throw out a heavy attack that isn't cancelable and it gets absorbed and you die, like, at that point, then it's just like a focus attack in Street Fighter 4. It's like the exact same thing, right? Like, that happened in Street Fighter 4 all the time. And so, like, you can't sit there and be like, I like focus attack, and then hate DI for absorbing uncancelable moves, because they're essentially the same mechanic in that essence, right? Except DIs just have a much clearer way to cancel them, to defeat them. One thing it definitely does is teach me how to slow down and throwing random stuff out. See, in a weird way, DI does actually help teach people. And so, yeah, for a lot of the beginners that are playing Street Fighter 6 as one of their first fighting games, like, are you guys finding it enjoyable? Do you feel like that there's tangible growth in your gameplay? Does it feel like you guys are getting better? Does the game feel like the flow of the game is good enough to try to help you? Obviously, it's 2 weeks. And for beginners, it's going to take a lot longer for people to get to learn and grow stronger. So I'm probably jumping the gun a little bit here. King Koa says, dude, during the Shoryuken scrimmage, I was listening to your commentary, observing my patterns, and it just made me want to do it more. Yeah, that can happen. I mean, sometimes when I wake up DP and they block it, I'll wake up DP like 3 more times in a row just because I'm so stubborn. Problem with parries is I think when up close, the only reward really comes from a perfect parry. Whiffing gets you thrown, so I don't think it's worth trying to parry in that situation. Perfect parries will become a lot more powerful as time goes on, for sure. For sure, that's like that and drive reversals are like two aspects of the game that are underexplored right now. So, okay. So NTR, man, I love what he says here. I like the game is not restricting me on what I can do with my character. I said this during Twitch Rivals, but I also said this to Olaf as well. My favorite thing about Street Fighter 6 right now is they just let everything work. Thank you for letting everything just work. Like, half the things they let you do in this game would not have existed at the beginning of Street Fighter V. Like, towards the end of Street Fighter V, they would probably let some of this stuff rock. But the fact that JP can combo off of a throw into a spike and get this big old combo off of a throw. The fact that when they nerfed Kimberly, they didn't nerf her offense. They only nerfed her defense from the open beta to release. And they let Kimberly keep doing everything that she can do is amazing, right? The fact that, like, yeah, Ken getting DP into super DP into DP as a combo, like, they just let you go ham in this game. And I actually really, really enjoy that. And yeah, JP damage, I mean, we say it needs to calm down, but JP right now is the character to me that is clearly very strong that I don't think is realistically strong. I do think JP is going to get weaker over time, and it's going to be to the point where we discover that that damage that he has is actually going to be kind of necessary. I do feel like he definitely deletes some characters and causes a lot of problems for some characters. But you even see like Snake Eyes and Itazan beating JPs with Zangief without too much. Like, it doesn't look like the fight is awful kind of situation like that. So again, I feel like JP is one of those characters that, you know, we're not used to. He's never been in a Street Fighter game before. That character has never been in a Street Fighter game. And so, like, we're learning how to fight against it. But I strangely, like, I know this might seem controversial to some people, but I kind of think he's balanced really well right now. I think he's balanced really, really well. And so I'm not on that camp where I hate JP as much. In fact, a lot of the characters that started off being really strong, I'm starting to see the cracks in them a little bit. DJ, the Diesel Jet Drive Rush, yeah, I mean, he still seems a little like much, but even then, I don't feel like DJ feels as oppressive as I thought. It's just that Drive Rush needs to calm down. That Drive Rush needs to calm down, honestly. But even still, like, DJ is clearly very strong. I don't think he's oppressive. I don't think he's broken. I really do feel like the balance is really strong in this game. I don't think there's any S-tier characters in the game right now. Yeah, right now it just feels like some characters need some love. But again, we're still in week number 2. At this point, I would say Lily, Jamie, Zangief probably all need a little bit of extra love, but we don't know yet. We don't know yet, right? So, and you know, you saying that reversal is too good, but it's just like any other reversal, right? I mean, what makes that reverse? I mean, obviously he can combo off the reversal, which is really, really strong, but it's just the same thing. You just got to be ready for it. And if you predict it, you get to murder him for it, right? And like, he's sitting there ready to die, you know? It's just like, it's crazy. Dude, Axel has had a DP for most of his life until Strive, okay? Just letting you know, Axel has always had a DP. He's always had a DP. Until Strive. So, man, Yeah, but the combo off the reversal. But again, the combo off the, I mean, you've seen some people already like find cool ways to mess him up and stuff like that. I've seen some people actually like just throw him out of the reversal. Like they just jab and he goes, and then they throw him and then the bomb explodes harmlessly through him, etc., etc. You know, there's ways around it that you can't get around other reversals, right? Like an EXDP will just beat a meaty jab. And that's not guaranteed for JP. So as much as JP's feels broken, the reason why JP's reversal feels broken is because you're used to getting in on a character like that and not having to worry about a reversal. So when he does it, you're just like, why does this character have a reversal? This is so broken and unfair, right? But it's not like, oh God, which character was it that was like... Fairy, was it, in Grand Blue Fantasy Versus? The Arrow character who literally had the Wake Up EX dog, the up dog, right? Like she was a zoner and a good zoner and had a legit Wake Up DP. Like JP, like if you just bait it out, I mean, we saw so many times JP died because they just baited that out in Twitch Rivals and he just sits there and he just basically died. It feels annoying because when it is successful, it's because you're not thinking about it. He combos off of it and you're like, what is this garbage? But if you play and understand that that is an option for JP, once you start baiting it out, basically he just dies, right? So that's the thing, right? It feels bad because we're not thinking about it. We're not used to it. Once you start getting to that point where you anticipate it and you just see him go pshing, and then you're just like, time to die. So, you know, it's I don't think it's as bad as we think it is. I hate the fact that I can't SPD him. That pisses me off. But again, if it was a Wake Up DP, my SPD would lose as well, right? That's just the way it works. So, but yeah, so far I don't think any character feels broken in the game at all. What other character are people talking about as being really strong? I know Kimberly is talked about as being really strong, but not even as much anymore. That was just during the open beta. Honda, of course, yes. Honda might be a tricky one. I haven't labbed against him, but there are definitely things that you can do against him. Totes Honda. Totsgeki! You know, but Honda, yeah, he's the other character that a lot of people are frustrated with. He might need a little bit of tuning just to keep him from being so mind-numbingly oppressive. But again, I feel like I need to sit down and lab it. I need to lab it and figure out how to fight him. But people are learning ways to fight against him, and he's not dominating, right? That's the thing. He's clearly a very strong character, and he's clearly the best scrub killer in the game. Like, he is, without question, the easiest scrub killer in the game. And that is the problem. I don't think he's a top-tier character, but he's just, like, if you don't know how to fight him, you're dead. You're dead. That's just it. That's it. Yeah, if Goichi switched to Honda, yeah, that's kind of one of those things that make you go, you know, kind of stuff like that. So you got to think about that a little bit. So Honda might maybe need a little bit of tuning, but then give him a little love somewhere else, right? That's the thing. You want to make sure that you give him a little love when you make the headbutts potentially a little weaker. So that's probably the idea right there. But outside of that, again, like I said, people aren't even complaining about Kimberly as much anymore. She's clearly super strong when she gets you in the corner, but at least you can rush her down. And honestly, the existence of some other characters have really kind of pushed her out of the spotlight a little bit. Guile is still really strong out there. Yeah, Topanga released their tier list. Topanga's tier list is a little, like, I'm shocked by it. I'm shocked by it. If you lose round 1 versus Manon, yeah, that's definitely true, because if she builds up those medals, you're just like, ugh. Yeah, Mago putting Kim as C tier on the list is shocking to say the least. Shocking to say the least, because as a person who regularly downplays my own characters and I play Kimberly, I think Kimberly's amazing. And I was downplaying her at first in the closed betas, but that's just because, I didn't know how to play the game very well. By the time I got to the open beta and I knew what I was doing a lot more, I could recognize what made Kimberly strong. And then after the game came out, now that I've messed with Zangief, now that I messed with Cammy, and I understand the differences that you can have between drive rushes and drive rush momentum, all these different kind of things like that, I've realized Kim has so many just like quality of life things. Like her drive rush into crouching medium kick is a crime. Like that thing goes way too far and has way too momentum. Way too much momentum. That thing slides for freaking ever. And so like you start to learn these things and you're just like, my God, this character is so good. And so, I really do think Kim is, I really do think she's really strong, and that makes me happy because she's a strong character that at the same time is really fun to play. And so I'm really, really excited. Jamie, how do they fix Jamie? I think they just have to improve some things, give him a few more drink routes, give him a few things that can lead to drinks, for example. But I wouldn't change the drink system. I wouldn't change the drink system because I don't want him to feel just like Manon. Right? I don't want him to just be drinking. I stay drunk and now I'm scary. Like I like the fact that he's different and that he has to reset the to keep buffing himself, but he just needs to be a little bit like they got to think of what they did to Jury in the definitive patch, right? Jury's always got to sit there and go, to build up the Fuhajin stacks, right? Like they got to take the lessons they learned from Jury and give Jamie more ability to get into drinks and such. I mean, it would be really interesting too if they even gave him change it so that the drinks you have to double them, right? So it takes 2 to get to what we can get at 1 now. And so he maxes out at 8 and give him different length drinks, right? Like, the ones that he has now, always give him 2. And then just have other ones give him just 1 that are really fast. Actually, that might even be still too good. You might even have to make it a little bit so that it only gives him 1/4 or something like that. But if he could just walk around in neutral and go, just drink and have to do that 3 times to get 1 level or something like that, I think that would actually be cool. I honestly think drive rush cancel shouldn't be attached to special cancelable and should be its own cancel. Then they can change around which normals can use it a bit more. Yeah, I get that, Necromancy Black, but I think at the same time they didn't want to make it too confusing. I feel like that there was a concerted effort not to have that happen, honestly. Taking shots. Yeah, there you go. Jamie taking shots would be a good way to do that. Amount of cups that are short drinks. Yeah. Jamie's drink system isn't even that powerful. I'm more afraid of Manon with 5 medals than a drunken... Who isn't more scared of Manon? She has 5 medals. God, that character's scary, dude. Oh my God. Manon gets 5 medals. You're just like, I'll see you on the other side, brothers. Honestly, Jesus. Oh man. But Jamie could be a lot better if you strengthen a lot of little things in there, or maybe even make it so that level 3 and level 4 are stronger. Okay. One thing you can do is that I think someone did discover that Jamie starts at 90% damage reduction. He automatically starts with a damage reduction, and level 1 gives him 95, and then level 2 gets him to 100. It might be better, it might be more fair to start him at 90 at level 1 and then be at 100% damage. At 0 drinks, he's 90 damage. 1 drink, he's 100% damage. 2 drinks, he's at 110, and 3 drinks, let me see. 1 is at 100. 2 is at 105, 3 is at 110, and 4 is at 120 or something like that, because I think having the his damage start off scaled sucks a lot. I think it sucks a lot. So I think they were scared that he could get drinks a little bit too easy or something like that. So beat a level 5 Manon today in Battle Hub by the skin of my teeth with Kimberly. Level 3 through Super was just out of reach for the command grab. Nice. People are using DI to reset their combo to have a wall splat. It's so hard. Oh, yeah. People are doing that all over the place, for sure. And it's just one of the things that you just have to be ready for, right? That's just something that you have to be thinking about. And I think that's fair. And Jamie actually has really long combos that keep you on the ground, so I wonder if he could do that better than some other characters. I was thinking about switching off Manon to Ken in the thoughts that it will teach me Street Fighter in a more proper way. Thoughts? Yeah, I mean, I've often suggested that you do try to play as many characters as you want, because, I mean, already by playing Kimberly, by playing Zangief and messing around with Cammy in training mode, I've already felt what makes, like, what's special about the characters, right? Like Cammy just having access to that crouching medium kick, my God, like Kimberly just doesn't have range like that, you know? And so Cammy drive rush cancel is one of the scariest things in the game. But, you know, by playing a lot of these characters, I've realized just how powerful things like Kimberly's crouching medium kick are, or, you know, how good her standing medium kick, or just even her drive rush cancels, and how good her normals are. The fact that she can combo off an overhead raw without a drive rush at all. You know, you start to realize, like, you feel like things are, like, unfair for your character, but then as soon as you play other characters, you're like, oh my gosh, you know, my character has a great benefit on this. You know, playing multiple characters helps you do that. So while Ken will teach you Street Fighter more properly, but it'll also show you the things that you miss from Manon, right? And then you'll also see the things that Ken has that Manon doesn't have, and you're like, whoa, I can't believe Ken is allowed to do this. And then you just have a better idea of how to take the advantages of your characters, honestly. So that's kind of how you wanna approach it, right? Dude, the face starts is so great. I love it. I love it so much. Like, you can almost tell the person that's playing by, like, some of the things that they do, right? Because everybody seems to have their own thing that they like to do. Like, as the one Honda player that was going like, it was great, dude. Chun-Li pout face. I gotta say, though, and I know this is gonna make King Koa mad, but, like, Lily's faces, like, I don't feel good about her being a little kid in the game. I just don't feel like she looks so much like a little kid that it just makes me uncomfortable with her in the game, because then I'm just like, oh, look at the sweet, look at the pinchable cheeks for Mother Russia, and then, like, you just grab her and just, like, slam her to the floor with Zangief and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, she's supposed to be older, but she looks like she's 7, dude. She looks like 7. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, shoot. I mean, that's what jury's kind of there for. So, no, yeah, King Cole already said Lily's like 19, but she looks 7, dude. If they just made her eyes less of the little girl eyes, I think I kind of would have been okay with it. But they really gave her the large pupils that really make her look like a really, really young kid. And it's just like, I see it and I get so uncomfortable. I get so uncomfortable. Like, if you saw Lily and then you saw Renoa, like, which one would you, Renoa from Final Fantasy VIII, who would you guess was an older character, right? Who would you guess would be hired to babysit the other one? Yeah, but see, May actually has a storyline. Like, she is supposed to look like, it's actually part of the story that she looks incredibly younger than she actually is, right? Like, it's not just, hey, she's 19 and we accidentally designed her to look like a 7-year-old. It's like, that's part of the storyline, honestly. So, oh man, Dizzy's like 4 years old. Yeah. Oh man. But again, it seems like most people are enjoying Street Fighter 6 right now. See, and again, I mean, at this point, I thought we would have had the giant flood of Street Fighter 6 naysayers come in, right? And all of a sudden, we would just have this giant school of very loud, like, I tried it, this game sucks, and they definitely exist out there, but it's a lot less loud than I thought it would be. And like me and Olaf are sitting there talking about the things that we hate, like, like we're mad at the menus, or, oh God, I wish that they would this. God, the wording on this is really bad, da da da. And we're like, dude, if this is like the thing that's actually making us angry, it's kind of like what I said about Mortal Kombat 1, right? Like the game is so close to being so good that all the little things that aren't perfect stand out, Oh man. But oh yeah, there is definitely the wokeness concept that people are complaining about the game, but we don't even have to acknowledge those people, honestly. So Phelan, Decabre, Elena, dude, everyone's mentioned in World Tour. Some of those photos you get, Lucia's in the background of one of them, Maki is in the background of one of them, dude. There's like characters all over the place. And also, actually, I'm curious for this right now because has anyone read all the Udon comics about the dolls, like the Shadowloo dolls and stuff like that? Like, I don't want to like spoil or anything, but did any of the dolls die in any of the Udon comics? Did any of the dolls actually like not make it out? Cause I think like, I'm just asking, I'm curious, but if no one's actually read it, that's all I'm going to say. So, yeah, I don't think you're getting Decabre in Street Fighter 6. I don't think. I mean, Bison is technically dead. Nash is dead now, officially, I think. So, but we'll see what happens in any case. So, okay, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it an end for here because I've been streaming for 2.5 hours. I just didn't expect the time to go by that fast. There's so much to talk about. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the game. I think the game is really fun, obviously. I just wanted to get your guys' thoughts on it because obviously I'm going to have, the colored glasses, right? Because clearly this game is just like amazing to me. But I just wanted to get everybody else's opinion on there, and it seems like a lot. Oh yeah, the battle pass stuff is a little suspect, right? Because that's the gotcha aspect of video games these days. So I know a lot of people are kind of frustrated with that kind of a money making system. So, but JCVD is going to sign over his likeness for a Guile skin. I wonder if there's an exclusivity clause, because I know Jean-Claude Van Damme has a Johnny Cage, like he's supposed to be like a Johnny Cage cameo skin or something like that. But, well, drive tickets are scarce, but I think the World Tour gets you drive tickets, right? Doesn't it or not? I don't know. I'm not sure. I have to find out. Like I said, I actually need to sit down and play this game. And figure out World Tour and all that stuff. Because I haven't had a chance to do any of that yet. Okay, so they don't give out drive tickets. Okay. In any case, yeah, like I said, this week I'll try to stream it, but I also got to record a lot of content for you guys. Part 2 of that frame meter guide, the next episode of First Attack, etc., etc. I got to record all these things for you guys. So try to expect that coming up soon. Again, sorry for the delay on those, but obviously I've been very busy. Again, that's a good thing. A lot of gigs, doing a lot of online commentary and stuff like that, and even offline commentary for the Riverside Game Labs thing. So again, it's a good thing. I'm definitely happy to be busy doing this kind of work here. But yeah, the cats know it's almost time to get fed as well, because they are starting to show up, as you can see here. Gotcha. Hi. Sorry, people listening to this. I don't know. I wonder if the people who listen to the podcast like this portion of the stream that it happens every single time that I sit here and go, my baby. Oh, my baby, baby, baby. This is Nathan. This is Nathan. He is Nathan, a.k.a. Nathan. Hi, Nathan. Hi, Nathan. He's like, I'm so humiliated. Go ahead. And let's see if I can get just for King Koa, because I guess King Koa hasn't seen the other cat yet. I'm going to see if I can get the other cat over here, too. Oh, what is going on over here? Oh, Jasmine can't see because Nathan's blocking. Oh, here she comes. Oh, here she comes. Watch out or she'll chew you up. Oh, here she comes. She's a cat. Gotcha. Oh, there we go. Oh. This is Jasmine. She does not like being held as much as Nathan does. But I can try to. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. Run away, cat. There you go. She got away. All right. So there's the cats there. She'll do it. She just doesn't like doing it here. Like, I've gotten to she would not get held at all. Like, before, when I picked her up, her arms would come out and the claws would just be out. And she has literally, put scratches on my face before. But nowadays, if I pick her up in normal situations, I can get her on my shoulder and hold her for a while. And she's more comfortable with it. But if it's on her terms, she'll crawl up on my chest, lie down on my chest, and go to sleep, and then I can kind of hug her in that situation, and she doesn't mind it, as long as it's under her terms, which is fair, to be honest with you. So, but I mean, I've also trained her, like I said, to understand that whenever I pick her up, she doesn't have to fuss for me to put her down. Very early on, I used to pick her up, and she would just be like, meow, 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 and then I eventually put her down. She slowly would wait longer and longer to fuss, and so I would get to the point where I'd pick her up and then just put her down. So she never felt like she had to fuss for me to put her down, and so she just started feeling a little bit calmer, when I picked her up. It wasn't like, oh my God, I'm trapped, I need to escape. It was like, all right, he's gonna put me down eventually. I don't need to freak out about it. So it's actually kind of cool. So yeah, cats are a lot friendlier than people think. You just have to learn how to speak their language. You have to learn how to train them, basically, and they'll get there. Some cats just don't want to cuddle, and that's just nature of cats, right? So it's absolutely fine. Yeah, cats are amazing. I mean, my cats literally have kept me sane over these past few years. I can't even imagine what state my mental state it would be in right now after the pandemic without these cats. They're amazing. So come here, Nathan. Nathan. Come here, Nathan. Come here, Nathan. Ah, he's too smart. Come here, Nathan. Come here. All right, forget it. He's not coming. He gave me the most Yeah, you think you're gonna get me with that one? It didn't work. Come here, Nathan. Come here, Nathan. Come here, Nathan. Come here, Nathan. He's really giving me that look like you really think I'm that stupid. You really think I'm that stupid? All right. I'm going to call it a night here. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Hope you guys just enjoy hanging around. I know for the stream here, I've been trying a lot harder just to kind of give chill vibes. We're just hanging out here, having a good time. So hope you guys enjoyed that. But keep an eye on twitch.tv/jchenzor. I should be trying to stream a lot more in the upcoming days with some world tour mode, more trials, and perhaps some ranked. And so keep an eye out for that, and make sure you follow both this channel and twitch.tv/jchenzor. Click on the little bell icon to make sure you get the notifications when I go live. And I will see you guys then, and hope you guys enjoyed the show today, because for the day that this podcast has graced your ears was the most important day of your life. But for me,
it was Tuesday.